Megan!
Oh.
That's Megan.
Growing up, I always had a variety of animals. We had a rabbit, a cat, a dog, and even rats and a horse. As I got older, I learned to appreciate what an animal can bring to your life, and as a result, how important it is to care for them properly to keep them happy and healthy so they continue to be your best friend. I currently have 6 cats and a dog. This is them here, who all have their own stories to tell and who all at some point have had to go to the vet, whether it be because they missed jumping up the fence and spraining their leg or for shots to keep them happy and healthy. My dog, who's 5 years old and is a very important part of my family, was diagnosed with allergies about 1.5 years ago. Prior to being properly diagnosed, he had to go through quite a bit of trauma and sickness. I'm hoping that by sharing his story, someone may recognize the symptoms earlier and, as a result, seek help for their companion quicker than I was able to. An allergy is defined as a disorder of the immune system, often also referred to as atopy. Allergic reactions occur to normally harmless environmental substances known as allergens. These reactions are acquired, predictable, and rapid. Strictly, allergy is one of 4 forms of hypersensitivity and is called type I or immediate hypersensitivity. The definition of an allergy is the same whether it be in a human or in an animal. In this speech, I'm going to go over some of the symptoms that a pet might possibly experience, the testing involved in determining whether an animal has an allergy, and what one can expect in caring for an animal that has an allergy. First, let's talk about what symptoms to look for. With food allergies and inhalants, the symptoms are often very similar. They experience itching on the face, on the trunk, limbs, feet. They can experience ear infections, skin infections, and with inhalants particularly, there's a lot of chewing or licking of the feet to get the allergen off the feet, which can actually discolor the fur. Flea allergy symptoms are more scratching, chewing. They get hot spots or hair loss, and are often a lot more treatable than the other type of allergies. Now let's talk about what happens when an allergy is suspected. Treating the symptoms is the primary concern, getting whatever ailment under control that's currently involving the animal, whether it be an ear infection or a skin infection. A lot of times that involves antibiotics or antihistamines as well as steroids. Steroids act as an anti-inflammatory and pain control. Trial and error is another way, a lot of times, to attempt to isolate the cause. The cause can be food, it can be other things such as things outside, or it can be something like laundry detergent or wool in your house. So limiting the exposure is a very important thing to do. Normally they start with putting them on a hypoallergenic diet, which is usually something like salmon and potatoes or chicken and potatoes, something of that sort. They do make dog food specially for that now, which they didn't used to. Avoiding contact with detergents, picking up their beds if they're made out of wool, that's a real common allergen. Rice in food is a real common allergen. So isolating everything and documenting very closely what it is that the animal comes in contact with is one of the ways that you start the process. When everything else fails and it doesn't appear to be food, when symptoms don't start improving, they will a lot of times recommend doing blood tests, which will show what the allergens are. Now, with my dog's blood test, these are the different things. The P means he was positive. This is borderline positive. So as you can see, my dog is allergic to just about everything. What he is not allergic to are humans and kitties and himself, which that's really about it. Lastly, I would like to talk about what you can do to care for an animal that has allergies. There are, if it's a thing that's easily controlled, if he doesn't have things like this, there are options like hypoallergenic shampoos, hypoallergenic foods, avoiding whatever it is that he may be allergic to, or desensitizing. And desensitizing is allergy shock. So my dog is on allergy shock, and what I have here is, this is his shot record that came from the vet, and this is what was mixed up in the lab for him. Now he's got 2 sets of vials for each color. This is the least sensitive, this is the mid, and this is the most allergen. And so, as you can see here, it ramps up from the first time to the second time to the third time, and each time you get a little bit more and you can spread it down a little bit more. He's now able to go 30 days without having to have a shot, which he is very thankful for. And he is starting to get better. However, it's a long process, and there are some things like the ear infections that do stick around a bit longer. It takes a little longer for that to calm down, and he is currently on medication battling that. But he is improving, and the desensitizing can take anywhere from 3 to 5 years before they hopefully have built up enough antibodies in their system to not have to have the shots anymore. Although figuring out if your pet has an allergy takes determination, consistency, and can be rather expensive, I think in the long run, though, they're well worth it, and I know they appreciate it. In conclusion, I hope I have enlightened somebody as to what to look for if they suspect their animal has an allergy, so they don't have to suffer unnecessarily, and hopefully they're able to resolve it rather quickly. Thank you. Yay! I did better.